Welcome to Roadmap to 1 Million. My name is Stacey Zeal, and if you're looking to make more money, gain your time back, and rapidly grow your visibility so that you can impact way more people with your brilliance, you're in the right place. This podcast is your one-stop shop for turning your online business dreams into a reality. My main goal is to give women entrepreneurs just like you the marketing strategies, guidance, and expert insights you need to hit that $1 million milestone and beyond. Whether you're a coach, a consultant, or an online brand that wants to make a big impact, Roadmap to 1 Million gives you the actionable strategies and inspiration you need so that you can implement right away, no fluff, no fuss. So CEO, are you ready to buckle up and accelerate your growth? Be sure to follow the show and let's dive in. Get ready to uncover your roadmap to 1 million. Hey there, fellow entrepreneurs. Are you doing all the things but hit a revenue ceiling? You're building an audience, you're creating content and making sales, but you feel like something is holding you back from your next milestone. If that sounds like you, it's time to take our What's Your Missing Marketing Link quiz, your go-to tool to identify what's missing from your marketing strategy that might be holding back your business growth. Whether it's fixing your funnel or diversifying your efforts, this quiz will pinpoint those marketing missteps and guide you to success. Take the quiz today and uncover the missing link in your path to 7 figures and beyond. So head over to staceyzeal.co/quiz because success begins with identifying and fixing those mistakes. So don't miss out. Your business deserves to have the impact you desire. Visit staceyzeal.co/quiz. That's STACYZEAL.co/quiz to get a detailed report and the resources you need to help you grow. All right, let's jump back into the episode. All right. Hello. Welcome. Good evening. I really don't go live on too many evenings, but I'm super excited to be here today. Let me make sure we got Instagram going. Cool. So today we are going to be talking about my high impact, low stress Facebook ad strategy. And really what this is about is it's really for you if you are afraid of jumping in ads because you think it's too complicated or you don't understand what you need to have in place to be successful. This is going to be the live for you. And I'm going to walk you through my approach and what we use for our clients to help them to run ads themselves or when we're running ads for them. And so it's really all about creating campaigns that are high impact and low stress, right? You don't need all the fancy editing equipment. You don't need to be creating everything from scratch. And so today I'm going to walk you through all of that. So before I jump into that, I wanted to tell you about who I am. My name is Stacey, and I am the CEO of Stacey Zeal & Co., where we help online service providers and coaches accelerate their growth by taking what they're already doing to the next level with strategic marketing and Facebook and Instagram ads. I've generated over $150 million in sales for top brands like Zappos, Crocs, Adidas, with meta ads. And I create campaigns that don't just generate leads and traffic, but it also fosters genuine connections and lasting impact. And so if you are a multi-6-figure or you're a 7-figure service provider and you're looking for a growth partner, definitely DM me so we can discuss how we can help you focus your marketing, layer in Facebook ads so you can take things to the next level. And so we have a few different ways to help, whether you are looking to go the DIY route or run them yourselves. This will definitely be something that you'll find valuable because even if you are planning on running ads yourself, you definitely need to understand the strategy behind them. So that way, whether you're hiring an agency, whether you're doing it on your own, you really understand what you need to put in place or what it's going to really take to get you to the next level, right? Or to be able to be successful with Facebook and Instagram ads. And so what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to talk about the 3 essential pillars of our approach, right? So this is what we always create when I think about clients that we have. What we work with lawyers, we work with CPAs, we work with business coaches, we work with providers in the online space, even agencies and things like that. And so it really comes down to these 3 core pillars that we put into place that or we help to refine, right? So that way our clients can be successful. And really, I'm going to tell you what those 3 things are now, but then I'm also going to go into what each of those things are a little deeper. And so the 3 things are, how our approach is unique is one, we focus on crafting messaging that converts, or magnetic messaging is what we like to say. The second thing is that we make sure that the customer journey or your marketing funnel is equipped to move people from not knowing who you are to ready to enroll with you, right? And then the last thing is the creating those low lift, high impact ads, right? So actually the ad creative and all that kind of stuff. So let's first talk about messaging, because messaging is really, really important. It's really super important to start with messaging, because this is going to impact what you put out there as far as like what ads you create. It's going to impact the copy that you write, or the copy that we write. It's going to impact all of the different things that go into the campaign. It's really going to impact how we structure it, what lead magnets we use, all that kind of good stuff, right? So you have to start with messaging. You want to make sure that you understand what your ideal client's pain points are, and you have a way to offer them a solution, or offer them a way or an entry point into your world, right? Because that's where we're at with ads, is that we need to make sure that we're not just using them as an ATM, right? We're not using them as a tool to, put something out there and get something from somebody, right? We're using them as a way to invite people into your world. We're using it as a way to amplify your organic content. And so if you're someone who has a super tight niche, right? Like all of my successful clients have really, really tight, super targeted niche, right? And so they know their clients, they understand what their pain points are, right? And so now it's just about making sure that we can get in front of them, because then we're focusing on writing ads that are clear and compelling and tailored directly to your audience and based on where they're at in their journey. Right? Because that's the other thing you have to keep in mind. It's not just about attracting people who are ready to buy from you right this second, right? It's about also bringing in people who are, who are in that consideration phase, is what I like to teach, right? People who are looking at what options they have, right? They're not necessarily debating between, this provider and that provider. They're at that place where they're like, okay, there's a solution out there. I'm aware I have a problem. I know there's a solution out there, but I don't know what it is yet. I don't know where do I want to go. Let me figure out what my options are, right? Because that's what you're doing with your Facebook ads. And that really kind of leads me to the second thing, which is having a valuable lead magnet and an automated email sequence, AKA really like your marketing funnel. A lot of people say funnel, and there are a lot of different types of funnels out there. So I will preface this by saying that, right? That's why I like to say customer journey when I talk about this kind of sequence, because a funnel can mean so many different things, right? And, to different people. But what I'm talking about is specifically a automated way for you to give someone who does not know who you are a piece of value that welcomes them into your world, and then being able to also introduce them to who you are and what you do, and repurpose that existing content. And so having a lead magnet that is very valuable, and I'm not talking about something that you just put out. Like if you put out a crap lead magnet, you're going to get crap leads, right? It's not to say that you need to put out, something that is supremely extensive, that why would they even need to work with you, right? There is definitely a balance there. But what I'm talking about is creating something very valuable that helps somebody to understand where they're at right now and what they need to do to get to where they need to be, right? So these are things like guides, checklists, quizzes work, ebooks. It doesn't matter what the format is. The format really depends on on your audience, right? Like, I'm a very quick checklist, give me a checklist kind of gal, right? I'm the skimmer of the sales page, right? I am not the person who is reading every word. I am not the person who is reading every word of your, you send me, if you give me a lead magnet that said this is a 90-page guide, I am absolutely not going to read that. But you might have somebody who does, right? Maybe your people are, strong readers and they love that kind of stuff, right? So that's why it's important and that first step is understanding who you're talking to and what they need, because that helps you to create a valuable resource in the medium that works for them. I just had a consult with with a SaaS owner a couple weeks ago, and we settled on a private podcast, and a private podcast as well as like a checklist for two different segments of her audience. And the reason, that kind of stuff helps to resonate, because one, she already has the tools to do a private podcast, but two, her audience likes to hear, they're audible, they listen to podcasts, they're creators, right? And so that's going to help you to understand what kind of lead magnet you need to create. I have another client who has a legal audit checklist specifically for churches. And it's a fantastic lead magnet because it helps a church leader understand exactly where they're at, right? It's like, if I need 5 documents to make sure that I am legally compliant, I can check and see, look, I have 2 of them and I need the other 3. Now I know where I'm at. And now thank you for letting me know where I'm at. Let me come into your world and explore how you can help me to get to where I want to be. Right. And so that's what you have to be thinking about when you're creating lead magnets, right? I had another client who has a membership. She created a lead magnet. We helped her create a lead magnet that she's really targeting high achieving corporate women. And let me tell you, so many people want to target high achieving corporate women, right? A lot of people do, but we made theirs really specific and focused on negotiation. And the reason we made it really specific on negotiation is because that is a theme that they're teaching in the membership, or that's a theme that's a part of the membership, right? And so we want to make sure we're pulling in people who are in that space of like, I know I need to negotiate better. I see the value in being able to know how to negotiate. I just don't know how to do that yet. Right. And so that was a guide and an email series. So it doesn't have to be complicated, y'all. Like you're looking up and downloading these things that say, here are 50 million ideas, lead magnets. No, think about who your people are, your ideal people, the people you want to work with. Think about who they are. What do they need to understand right now based on where they're at to get to where they want to go? And then you want to make sure that you have a follow-up email sequence after that. Because here's the thing. After someone comes to that first entry point into your world, right? Someone sees your Facebook ad. They don't know who you are. They give you their email address and download your lead magnet, right? Download that checklist. They still don't know who you are. They just have a little bit of, context about like, okay, this is their methodology or this is how they view things, right? But the way that people learn who you are is through your organic content. And the way that they build a relationship with you is through your organic content. And the best place to repurpose your organic content when it comes to advertising is in your email sequence. So you have podcasts. So after someone downloads that lead magnet, those podcast episodes that you've done, that webinar that you've done, those blog posts, those lives, those are the kinds of things that you can take out of your marketing, out of your organic marketing toolkit and put it into an automated email sequence. Because the goal here is to get people to know who you are and to get to, and for them to understand what you do, right? You're trying to get them to, build a relationship with you, right? You're welcoming somebody into your home and you're taking them and showing them around, right? You're not offering, you're not, trying to sell them right away, right? You're just walking them around and saying, hey, this is my place. Welcome here. Sit down, get comfortable, have a drink, right? That's what we are trying to do with our, when we're bringing someone from Facebook, from an ad who has no idea who you are, that's what we're doing when we're trying to bring them into your world, right? We're trying to make sure that they are comfortable enough to sit down, have a drink with you, and then they'll start to open up about the problems and all that kind of stuff, right? That's what we're trying to do. And so this approach here makes sure that your ad doesn't just generate clicks or email subscribers, but it starts to lead to meaningful relationships with your audience because you have somebody really specific in mind of who you're talking to. And it's not everybody, right? Because they're going to be people who see a, lead magnet about negotiation, and they may or may not read it, or they may or may not be really interested in that kind of topic, right? But the person that is really interested, the person that really, really is committed to actually solving this problem, that's the person that you're creating for, right? You're not creating for everybody who's going to download the lead magnet. You're creating for that person who is like, hey, I know that I'm ready to solve this problem, right? I done had it as a thorn in my side and I'm ready to take action, right? That's what you want to focus on creating your lead magnets and your email sequences for. Because it's really important. Again, people don't know who you are when they come into a Facebook ad. It's your job as the advertiser, as the marketer, as the business owner to warm them up and to let them know who you are. Okay, so that's number 2. So now we have our messaging, right? We know who we're talking to, or we know who we're creating things for. We have our lead magnet and email sequence, or your marketing funnel specifically. And then we have the third piece is the low lift, high impact ads. And this is what I mean when I say low lift, high impact. A lot of people think that before they start running Facebook ads, they need to have a camera crew and they need to call a stylist and they need to do all these big old things before they actually, in order to create an ad, right? They need to hire a fancy editor off of Fiverr, right? You don't need to do any of that. When we talk to our clients and the ways that we, teach our clients as well as students in our course, the way that we teach them is, one, you need talking head videos, and then you need, still images. Those are the 2 things that I am seeing that are converting really, really well right now. Video is great because it helps to get people, they hear your voice, they start to get to know who you are, right? That really kind of helps to pull people in, but it doesn't have to be highly produced. I know you see all the ads out there with people who are, highly produced, all the cuts and all this, I know you see it. I see it, right? They're very impressive. And it's not to say that they don't work, but they're not necessary for success, especially when you're just getting started with ads. right? Like you have video content that you can probably repurpose. We write video ad scripts for our clients. I have video ad scripts and how to use AI to create video ad scripts in my course. So it's not that you need to, hire an editing team. It's that you need to figure out, what do you need to say? How do you need to structure what you're saying, and use that ad or that video or that still image to move people to the next step? That's the goal. That's the purpose of your ad creative, right? The ad creative is not the purpose to sell everybody right there. It's about capturing their attention. It's about opening their mind to what's possible. And it's about telling them to take action to go on to the next step. That's it. And so our clients, when they create videos, they'll send us our video. We'll go run it through our tool to add add the captions on there, because captions are always, when you're using talking head videos, always add the captions. I like to use Opus AI. If you're looking for a tool, stacyzeal.co/opus, OPUS. I'll put it in the comments as well. But I use that to take a video that my clients send, and we add the captions. Maybe we'll add some B-roll or something like that, but usually we don't. It's usually just them talking to their people, right? I remember I had a client one time, and we had 3 different types of video ads. We had a video ad with her just talking. We had a video ad with just her voice over like an animation, and then we had the same video with her, without her voice, but it was with a little bit of her and a little bit of animation, right? So we had kind of 3 different ads. The ad with her just talking to her people far outperformed the other ones, because people don't need that, right? This is a social platform, right? This is not a YouTube channel. This is not YouTube, right? Where you want to see a fully well lit, fully produced video, right? This is a podcast, right? This is not a video podcast where it needs to be all edited and produced. Like, that's not it, right? Video at Facebook and Instagram ads shine with authentic content that looks like it was created for the platform. Blame TikTok, right? TikTok is the most authentic platform that we have as a social network, as in social media. And people love TikTok because it is in the moment, because it's low produced, because it's, someone's picking up their video and just talking, right? Or it's somebody, creating something very cool in the moment, right? It's not about overly produced. So that's what we have our clients create. We give them a guide. They use their phone or they use their laptop, right? And those ads are very, very effective. Same thing with still images. We use a graphic design service that, we send creative requests to and pull in, and get really, really great still images, and we run them together, right? It's not about one or the other. It's running them together, right? That's what we're talking about here. And so making sure that you have a strategy in place, right? Like making sure that you understand how things move and the things that you need whether you're thinking about doing ads yourself, whether you are looking to hire somebody to help you with it, right? So let me recap those things. It's one, the things that you need to be successful with ads, and the strategy that we, put our clients on is, one, we craft really, really magnetic messaging. We get to the heart of what is the message, who are we talking to, who's your best client. When we take our clients through our audience exercise, I want you to think about your best client, not the people that get on your nerves, not the people that you've been serving that you don't want to serve anymore. Think about the people you want to serve. Create messaging to them. Once you figure out what that messaging is, which we help our clients to create, then you're going to figure out, like, okay, what lead magnet do I need to get in front of them, right? What do I need to get? What piece of value do I need to get in front of them to make them want to come into my world? Right? Because it's an entry point, right? These are pieces of the puzzle. The goal is not to drive somebody to a webinar that's going to sell them right away, right? That's why people see, running ads to these evergreen webinars. That's why the conversion rate is so low, because these people don't know you yet, right? So I like to use things like guides, checklists, low lift things that we can use as an entry point. Because that, once they see the ad, they give us their email address, then they're in our ecosystem. And then we can send them our follow-up email sequence that further introduces them to who we are and what we do, right? Not necessarily trying to sell them right away, but just giving them an idea of who we are, what we do, and repurposing all that amazing content that you're already creating. The lives, the blog posts, those videos, podcasts, all that kind of good stuff goes right in that email sequence. And then the last thing is low lift, high impact ads. And so making sure that we're doing our video ads, but they're just talking head videos. They're not overly produced, right? You don't need to hire an editing team. You don't even need to send it out to an editor, right? And then, having still images to go with it, right? So we use our graphic design service, but maybe you use Canva. Maybe you have somebody on Fiverr that you want to create some really cool ads for you, right? But, and if you need a, name of a graphic design service, let me know, because I can send you ours. But either way, that's what you need, right? Messaging, a lead magnet, an email sequence, and, a mix of video and still images. That's what you need. And so we focus on combining strategy and efficiency, because I know that you have a ton of content that you can use for ads. I already know that. You're creating content, you're going live, you're sending emails. I already know you have it. It's just about pulling the pieces together and making it so that it's not complicated, right? Without overcomplicating the process. Maximizing the ROI of the content you've already created, adding in a couple things that we need to create to make it, specific to Facebook and specific to ads, and then making sure that you have a way of moving people into your world and warming them up until they're ready to buy from you. And so if this resonates with you and you're ready to work with a marketing and advertising expert to get these kinds of results, who can help you to get results and help you to take things to the next level, send me a DM or book a sales call. Or you can go to stacyzeal.co/call. I'll put the link down below. And we can talk about how we can help you to grow faster and more sustainably, right? Because you start to feel like you're on this endless hamster wheel because you're relying on organic marketing. But when you start to put ads into the play, when you start to, bring in an endless supply of traffic, you get a lot more numbers, you get data, and you get the data that you need to scale, you get the efficiency that you need to get scale, you get the predictability that you need to scale, and you get the number of leads that in your pipeline that you can start to sift through and figure out who are the best people to come into your world. So make sure you send me a DM or book a sales call if you're interested in working with us, and we can figure out how we can best help you. Okay, so let's make your ads work harder so you don't have to. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this. If you are watching the replay or catching this on the podcast, let me know. Tap in. Let me know what your key takeaways are. I will see y'all on the next one. OMG, that episode was packed with gems. Are you ready for more? Head over to stacyzeal.co/podcast to get the show notes and to sign up to get our top 5 podcast episodes to help you streamline your marketing so you can make this your $1 million year. Head over to stacyzeal.co/podcast.